Hello and welcome to FPS Coach. My name's Rambo Kim, and in this video, I'm going to share one of my favorite aiming drills to help you get better at finishing your shots. The reason I developed this drill is that I was having an issue of being really close to hitting my target with my flick and swipes, but sometimes I wasn't fully completing the crosshair placement when I was a little off. And that's because I wasn't engaging my fingers and hand enough. I was kind of dead-handing my shots and leaving the fingers out. This drill works for any FPS game and any aim training program, and it goes like this. Load up your game's training mode with targets to shoot at, and practice flicking and swiping your crosshair at your chosen target, and when you're off by a little bit, as quickly as possible, fix your miss in one continuous motion, and then use your hand and fingers to wiggle the mouse around a half-inch square box around your intended target. I know this sounds complicated, so let me break it down and show it in slow-mo. There are 3 steps in this drill. The first step is to pick a target, any target. It can be a player model, the corner of a box, a random color texture on the map, it doesn't matter. You know what you want to hit on the screen, and that's all that matters. Step 2, do your best to flick or swipe your crosshair onto your target, and if you miss, in one continuous motion, fix your miss with your hand and fingers. Or in other words, if your initial flick is off, I don't want you to pause and then fix your miss. This should happen in one continuous flow. Try to be conscious of using your fingers for this step. Step 3 is after fixing your miss, also in one continuous motion, wiggle your crosshair in random directions just around your intended target. And again, be conscious of using your fingers when wiggling around the target. And it's important that when you're wiggling the mouse, you do it with control and stability. Or in other words, I do not want you to wiggle the mouse and feel like you don't have any control over them. These wiggles should not feel sloppy. Let's go back to full speed and I'll show you this drill in full action. I'll begin by over-exaggerating and intentionally missing my flicks on purpose for demonstration. As you can see here, when my flick is off, I'm in one motion re-aiming the crosshair and fixing it, and then immediately wiggling the mouse over my target for around a second and then taking the shot. Ideally, you'd want your flick or swipe to hit exactly onto your target, but those times when they are a little off, you need to finish your shots with your fingers and micro motions. As you're practicing this drill and getting better at using your hand and fingers, you can start removing step 3 of wiggling the mouse and simply taking the shot. The best aimers in the world are so accurate with their flick shots that most of the time, they don't need to make any adjustments. But for those times when they are a fraction off, you can't really tell when watching in live speed because of how fast they make up the miss. Hopefully, this drill will help you as it did with me. If you want a complete video series on how to improve your aim in FPS games, check out my website at www.fpscoach.com.